There we go. There we go. All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's up, Brother Hummingbird? Hope everybody's doing well. What's up, Sally? How are you? Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Project Ethos, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday. Happy Toths Day. Happy Toths Day. What's up, BT Wizard? What's up? All right, guys. So tonight, I figured we can go ahead and take a look at some. Hey, what's up, Issa? Oh, no problem. Not a problem. Take your time. Take your time. What's up, Sally? So tonight, I figured we could go ahead and react to some Hermeticism videos here on TikTok. I've been super busy with YouTube videos and fixing my website that I haven't had time to do another segment for the Anathema Maranatha series. So until that is ready, hopefully next week, but until that's ready, I figure we can go ahead and react to some Hermetic videos instead of reading about Hermeticism this evening. So instead of reading about it, we're going to go ahead and just watch some videos and react to the Hermetic videos that are out there. So I'm going to do Hermetics. Let's do Hermetics. And let's see what we get. All right, not surprising. Not surprising. And look, I'm on here. Which one of these do you guys want to watch first? We got a couple of Hermetic videos here. Do you know about Hermetics? I know all about Hermetics. Do you know about Hermetics? What's your name? Secrets of the what? Of the what? Secrets of the Wealthy Witch. Do you know about Hermetics? Mercurial Sarah. Hermetic Ages. There was no such thing. Thinks she knows a little bit about Hermeticism. The Hearth Book. The Hearth Book. It doesn't come from the heart, it comes from the hearth. The Hearth and Home. Thinks he knows something about Hermetics. Which one do you guys want to watch? The Twitchy Witch? You want to watch Twitchy? All right. Which one of these? Well, I guess they're kind of the same thing. This one just says 7 Hermetic Principles, and this one says how to apply the principles of the Kabbalion. Which one, top or bottom? Which one do you guys want to watch? Top or bottom? Bottom? All right.
Here are the 7 Hermetic Principles of the Kabbalion.
Let me know if you guys can hear this.
Explained by yours truly. Now I'm going to just race through them because there are 7 and we only have 3 minutes. But I'm also preparing a longer YouTube on them, so go subscribe there. Now before I dive in, remember that even though this book has this very ancient vibe, it was written in 1908, and it was the product of the New Thought movement in the United States. So while it professes that its teachings are purely Hermetic, it was actually heavily influenced by...
There we go. All right. All right.
Number 1, we always know.
All right. Very good, Twitchy Witch. Took her a while. She's got other videos that don't make that clarification.
Essentially all that we see is physical.
I'd like to credit myself for that. I'm in several of her comments correcting her Hermetic stuff. So hopefully it's stuck. So I don't think we need to watch any more of that. She did a good job at the very beginning letting us know it's not Hermetic, it's New Thought. It was written in 1908. It's not ancient. I don't think we need to hear the 7 Hermetic Principles because she's just going to list them out. That's it. So good job, Twitchy Witch. Good job. Took you a while, but you made it. You made it. All right. So then, I mean, is it even worth it to watch the top one then? I mean, it sounds like she's, and that one's after this one. This one was March 29, 2023. This one is June. So I doubt it's a rewind. I don't know if it's worth it to watch that one. Museum of Tarot. I like these guys. These guys are cool. They watched my content. You can go and check it out. They left comments, and then they made their video. So they're cool. We've already seen this one with this guy. This is the guy that got on Joe Rogan that I told you guys about. Well, let's go ahead and watch it again. Come on, open up. What's up?
You studied the Hermetics at all?
No.
Ah. Are you interested in
Yes.
Have you heard about them at all?
Sure.
This thing?
Please.
Have you heard of a book called The Kabbalion?
No.
Well, this should be right up your street. The Hermetics were Egyptians. It's where the Freemasons came from, and the alchemists and the people in the Middle Ages who preserved, the culture when the Dark Ages came. And the Hermetics comes from Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes thrice great, who was supposedly the wisest man or avatar or god from the Egyptian period. And the Kabbalion was their book. The Hermetics had like 7 principles. The first one is that you and I have no physical existence as entities. We exist entirely as thoughts in the mind of the All, or God. You studied the Hermetics at all?
So, where to begin with this guy? Well, let's take it one piece at a time. Let's
Are you interested in
Yeah.
have you heard
rewatch
about
and
them
take it
at all?
one piece at a
Sure.
time.
Please.
Have you heard of a book called The Kabbalion?
No.
Well, this should be right up your street. The Hermetics were Egyptians. It's with the
Not correct. The Hermeticists, not the Hermetics. The Hermeticists were Greco-Egyptian. They were, for the most part, Greeks living in Egypt. And occasionally, there would be transferable back. And of course, there were Egyptians, yes. But it started from the fusion of Greece coming into Egypt. And the first Hermeticists were Greeks living in Egypt. Oh.
where the Freemasons came from, and the alchemists. And
Yeah, that's not where the
people in
Freemasons come
Middle
from.
Ages who preserved, the culture.
And it's not where the alchemists come from, but alchemy is one of the 3 Hermetic arts, but it's not where they come from.
When the Dark Ages came, and the Hermetics.
That's not true. The people who preserved Hermetic literature was the Arabs. They were the ones.
The wisest man or avatar or.
So Hermes Trismegistus was not a deity. He was not a god. Most scholars would agree that he was either the son or the grandson, human son or human grandson of Thoth. The lineage would have been Thoth, and then it would either be Hermes Trismegistus and then Tat, or it will be Thoth, Agatho Daemon, Hermes Trismegistus, and then Tat. So he wasn't a god. That's a very I just found out about Hermeticism yesterday, and I just found out about Hermes Trismegistus yesterday, that I think he's a god. He was not a god. He was a human. Not even really deified, right? Most Hermeticists that are practicing would view him as a prophet, more akin to human form Jesus or Muhammad or something along those lines. He would have not been a deity. Nor do you, when you look in any Hermetic text, is Hermes Trismegistus venerated. He's only mentioned in the form of quotes. There are no prayers to Hermes Trismegistus, at least not in Hermeticism proper. There's no rites to Hermes Trismegistus. There's no invocations to Hermes because he's not a deity. He was a human and a prophet. So Yeah.
God from the Egyptian period. And
The Egyptians had lots of periods. What does that mean? From the Egyptian period. And Egypt still exists. So what do you mean the Egyptian period? Right? I might let you get away with it for like Sumeria or something like that because that doesn't exist anymore. Now it's another country, Iraq, I think. But Egypt still exists. So what do you mean the Egyptian period? If you mean the dynasties, if you mean the kingdoms, there were 3 kingdoms, but there were multiple dynasties, like a lot. So what do you mean the Egyptian period? You need to be clear. You can't just do that. You can't just say things, right?
the Kabbalion was their book.
No, the Kabbalion was not their book. The Kabbalion was written in 1908 by William Walker Atkinson under his pseudonym The Three Initiates, which represent his other 3 pen names, Yogi Ramachakra, Magnus Incognito, and Theron Q. Dumont. That was not their book. Their book was the Corpus Hermeticum, the Book of Thoth. Not the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Book of Thoth. Their book was Asclepius. He's probably more of a god than Hermes Trismegistus. Their book was The Virgin of the World. Their book was The Divine Pymander. And numerous other books that we only have fragments of, so we don't have titles. We just call them Fragment 25, Oxford Fragment 15, Vienna Fragment 2. Those were their books. Also, it's thunderstorming here. And literally right before I got on, my internet conked out for like a second. So if I happen to disappear, I apologize. I'll try to come back ASAP. But yeah, I hear it out there. And but hopefully we won't get knocked out. But yeah, the Kabbalion was not their book.
Hermetics had like 7 principles on the first.
No, there were no 7 principles in Hermeticism. The Kabbalion has 7 principles, but that's not Hermetic. There is no 7 principles in Hermeticism. There are no definite principles within the religion, mainly because it is fragmented. However, scholar, practitioner David Litwa, who penned Hermetica 2, did a fantastic video a couple years ago. Actually, no, last year I think it was, or at the latest 2022, where he gave, I believe it was 16. He said if there were any principles of the Hermetic path, it would probably be these 16. They're not definite. He's not the grand pope of Hermeticism. This is just his opinion that he put out there. But officially, there is no Hermetic principles. This got all the way up to Joe Rogan. Also, Billy Carson was just on Joe Rogan. I'm almost finished watching that because I'm going to do a debunk on that. That's going to be a long video because they did like 3 hours. So I'm going to be sitting here for like 6 hours debunking that video. And he did exactly what this guy's doing. But Billy Carson always does that, right? He'll go on there and he'll just say, the ancient texts say this. And Joe Rogan's just like, oh yeah, wow, wow, wow. Now tell me about the... Not saying, oh, really? What ancient text? Jamie, when he tells us the ancient text, can you pull that up so we can go ahead and read it? He doesn't say what ancient text. Right? Like I just asked this guy, what Egyptian period? What do you mean by that? They still exist. So there is no Egyptian period. Do you mean the dynasties and the kingdoms? You need to say these things. Because I promise you, and I'm not trying to be mean, the average viewer doesn't know. They don't know. So they're just assuming, well, it was the Egyptian period. They don't know. The average person has no interest in Egypt outside of the Sphinx and the pyramids and the mummy movies. So they don't know. And they're easily duped by people like him because he got all the way up to Joe Rogan.
First one is that you and I have no physical existence as entities. We exist entirely as thoughts in the mind of the All, or God.
So that's a belief, but that's not a principle, and that's certainly not the first principle. But that is a belief that we come from the mind of God. Not that we exist in, like, continually in the mind of God. That would be an eternal generation, and there's only one person who's eternally generated, and that would be the person that inhabits the ninth sphere. Well, the being that inhabits the ninth sphere, or the sun. It's the only person who's eternally generated. All of us are generated once. We are creatures. We are created. That's a one-time thing. And we leave the mind of God, travel down through the spheres. That thing right behind him, that's more alchemical than anything else. But you can expand that out. As you can see the planets around it, you can expand that out into the planets. Interesting. All right. Let's see. I wanna watch this one here. The wealthiest and wisest witches use these principles. Ooh. Let's see what she has to say.
All the wealthiest and truly wisest witches that I know understand and
Oh, whoa, sorry.
all the wealthiest and truly wisest witches that I know understand and apply the concepts and the principles of Hermetics into their life every day.
Ah.
So I'm curious, do you know what Hermetics are, what the Hermetic principles are? Have you ever heard of them? Give me a hands up emoji in the comments and follow this account if you want to learn more about the principles of Hermetics and live a truly long-lasting, abundant, wealthy witch life.
Does that work, lady?
All the wealthiest and truly wisest witches
Let me,
that I know understand and apply the concepts and the principles of Hermetics
Pause.
into their life.
Icy Mage, I see you in the comments here doing the good work. I don't know if you're in tonight's stream. You're normally here, but I know you got kids and things like that. Not sure if you're here, but you're in the comments over here doing the Lord's work. Icy Mage said, you should mention that the 7 Hermetic principles are from the Kabbalion, which is not Hermeticism. No one else gave her any love. I'm going to go ahead and give her some love because that is the truth. That is the truth. But yeah, she's got 343 comments here. So a lot of people getting duped. 5,419 likes. So I'm sure the views are in the high tens of thousands, if not a couple 100,000. I promise you, no wealthy witch uses the 7 principles to remain abundant. They use business principles or they married wealthy. Either they married it, they inherited it, or they made it. Very few of them get lucky and win the lottery or gamble it or something like that. And unless they married it or inherited it, they do the business principles. They don't do the Hermetic principles. I don't know any wealthy person who even does any of this new age abundant stuff. Unless they are people who sell it and got wealthy off of that. That's the only exception. If you're someone like Billy Carson who's selling this stuff, so then he's wealthy. No wealthy witches use this. They use business. Okay? So take your fake Michael Jackson jacket out of here. All right, let's see what this young lady's got to say.
From 1 years old to 7 years old, you are your moon sign. The moon brings things into reality. It's how we form our memory. Eric Erikson, who was a psychologist, said that the first 7 years of life is where we go back to, or where we regress to when trauma happens. From 7 years old to 14 years old.
Is this about Hermeticism? What is this? This is astrology.
How to utilize things.
Which is a Hermetic art, but it's not Hermeticism. I'm going to give her 45 seconds, and if she don't talk about Hermeticism, we'll go ahead and do another video.
Hermetic astrology and Desire, which is a 400 AD astrologer, says
Okay, yeah, so she's doing astrology. Okay.
person is incessantly resting.
All right. Not another 7 Hermetic principles. Oh, who is Toth? Let's see.
The reason why the first of the Hermetic principles is mentalism. It's so core to understanding all the rest. Each stacks on each other. And when you realize that, then you start realizing that every experience that you have is not just happening to you, it's actually happening for you. Whether you're conscious of it or not is up to you. You may not be aware of it until later on.
So all the people right now in Gaza, it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. House got blown up. That's for you. The universe did that for you. Oh, your kids is trafficked? Well, that's for you. Universe did that for you. It's not being done to you. Do you see how these New Agers treat victims? Real victims. Real victims. Sending positive energy. Oh, let's just raise the vibration. There's a war going on. All over the world. Get out of your bubble. Stop with this nonsense. It's not happening to you. It is. It's happening to you. It's happening to you. You can't tell a domestic abuse survivor that it didn't happen to them. You can't do that. That's ridiculous. Stop that. This is first world. I have no issues. I have no real problems in any area of my life type of mentality. Ridiculous. But who's Toth? Why is this?
Think that the world's
Who's
happening to
Toth?
us. Oh my gosh, something bad happened. Oh, life is difficult. Woe is me. I'm a victim. Blah blah blah. Or you can look at it differently and say, what is my you inverse or my subconscious mind?
Yeah, that's a first world
teach
thing.
me.
That's people with, that's us. There's a whole other world out there. Okay? That doesn't apply. Stop it. Okay? With your half undone shirt. Like you're young and hip and it's the 1980s and you live in Miami. You don't. Okay? But can we get to Toth, please? This video is called Who is Toth?
My higher self trying to project back to me so that I will come to that.
You got till a minute and 15 seconds. You got 30 more seconds.
For years and years and years.
I'm not watching
and
5 minutes
studied
of this
that,
to not
but until you experience
get to the point.
In some sort of a role play that you believe is actually real, you haven't really fully learned it. And so often people will say, well, what does all this stuff mean? You know, how does this help or save the whales? Or how does this save deforestation or whatever? Well, if you
Over real, I mean, not that those things aren't problems, but over real, such as war, famine, disease, that's what you worry about. Like, you bring up, in the grand scheme of things, non-issues. There are actual issues out there that you refuse to see because you're raising the vibration and you're seeking, what did you call it? Your inverse. What's your you inverse? Stop it. Stop it. Wake up. For real, wake up. Not the colloquial woke. For real, wake up. And you got 4 more seconds to tell us who Toth is, or else I'm moving on because I can't watch 5 minutes of you just talk nonsense.
actually study further into this, you'll realize that what we judge will just continue to be projected back.
That's not true. At least not from a Hermetic perspective. But yeah, you're not telling us who Toth is, so thank you. We already watched this guy. That was the old guy up on Joe Rogan. Let's see. I like this guy. This Hermetic Palace guy. Billy Carson. Let's see what Billy Carson was talking about.
Anunnaki. That's the name of the beings that, according to the ancient texts, came from heaven to earth. The Anunnaki. That's
Is this Hermetic?
Beings that, according to the ancient texts, came from heaven to earth. In the Egyptian culture, they call them the Natiru, and they said they came to earth and turned mud into a kingdom. In the Bible, they call them the Anak. They have these names in all different.
That's not true. I've actually heard him say that before. In the Bible, it's called the Anak. Anak, in the Bible, is a person who had a familial line, right? Who was Anak, and did he spawn giants? Who were the Anakim or the Anakites? And this says the Anakim's ancestry has been traced back to Anak, the son of Arba. These were people. They weren't aliens. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak. People. Big people, but people. Not aliens. They did not come from some Anunnaki. And the Anak aren't like a race. They're a family. Because they come from one guy whose name is Anak. Nice try. But this isn't Hermetic, so. Oh, here's the wealthy witch again.
All right, witches, are you ready to learn? All right, witches, are you ready to learn about an ancient philosophy that will forever change your relationship to abundance?
Yep.
It's called Hermetics, or the Hermetic Principles, and today I'm going to tell you all about where they come from and how you can apply them in your life so you can be a wealthy witch.
Ooh, great.
So if you like what I'm about to teach you, go ahead and leave your favorite magical emoji in the comments and head over to my free Facebook group. It's called the Wealthy Witch Revolution, and it's a community space where we uplift each other, inspire each other to do our witchy abundance practices together. So the modern study of Hermetics is mostly based off of one book that came out in 1908. It's called the Kabbalion. And
no.
It was written by...
Modern study of Hermetics studies Hermeticism. Actual Hermetic texts. Studying this is not modern Hermetics. It's New Age. Which comes out of New Thought.
If you go get the book, which you should, it was written by the three initiates. Who are the three initiates? Well, most likely they're this guy.
Good.
William Walker Atkinson. He wrote over 100 books and he had a couple dozen pseudonyms.
Good.
And he published these books under. And so he is really greatly believed to be the author of the Kabbalion.
Good.
And what the Kabbalion does is it breaks down the teachings of this guy.
No, it does not.
Hermes Trismegistus.
No.
What does Trismegistus mean? It means thrice great. Hermes was thought to
That's
be
true.
also the same as the Egyptian god
No.
Thoth. So Greek Hermes, Egyptian Thoth, and on Thoth's tomb there was an epithet that said Thoth the Great, the Great, the Great.
Yes.
Hence the name Trismegistus.
No.
He was also thought to be the creator, the founder, the inventor of science, religion, math, geometry, alchemy, philosophy, medicine, and magic.
Yes.
So good old Hermes wrote some texts, one of the most famous ones being the Emerald Tablet.
Yes.
And another one being the Corpus Hermeticum.
Yes. So if you know these, if you know that, why aren't you reading that?
Writings, we find the Hermetic teachings.
Yes.
Now, the three initiates took some concepts and theories from the original Hermetic teachings.
No, they did not.
And combined them with the New Age.
No, they did not.
New thought, occult philosophy of the early 1900s.
Unless you're going to take this next minute to tell us what concepts were taken.
Is a collection of 7 Hermetic principles that we can combine as our own personal philosophy for thinking, for living, and for manifestation.
That's great, but it has nothing to do with Hermeticism.
Hermetics strongly associated with alchemy and the practice of inner alchemy, transformational alchemy as well.
No.
They are all
You'll see them associated with alchemy, nothing to do with inner alchemy.
The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, which was a secret society founded by Freemasons in the late 19th century in England. 3 of its most famous members were Aleister Crowley, William Butler Yeats, and Bram Stoker.
Why they got the cool picture for Yeats?
Nowadays, there are many different Hermetic orders and lodges that you can join.
I wouldn't say there's many. I'd say there's like 3.
Hermeticism and the Hermetic principles and apply them into your life. But on this page, I am just going to tell you about the Hermetic principles that come from the Kabbalion and what they have to do with changing your relationship to abundance and law of attraction. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and follow this account and check.
So you're almost there. Oh no, I don't want to like it. I wanted to pause it. Pause. What's what the? Bro. Pause.
All right, witches, are you ready to learn about an ancient philosophy?
Bro, what is up?
Change your relationship.
Jesus Christ. And unlike that. What the fuck? So you're almost there. You're almost there. I'm going to need you to get over the hump. You got a little bit of knowledge, but you're not quite there yet. I'm going to need you to read the Corpus Hermeticum, please. I'm going to need you to read the Emerald Tablet and its associated commentaries, please. And I promise you, you'll throw that Kabbalion away. You're almost there. A for effort. You're almost there. All right, let's see what you guys are talking about over here. Yes, no, no, yes, no. Yeah, because like she was right on some things and wrong on other things. So yeah, she's almost there. She's almost there. 3 feels about right. Yeah, I think it's because I'm dual streaming, and so it takes a strain on my PC to do multi-stream. And so I think that's why, like, it's like, I don't know if you guys can see any lag, but on my side I can see like it's not lag, it's like a little slow because I'm dual streaming. If I wasn't doing the dual stream, then it would probably be okay. But I'm doing the dual stream, so you're in deep now, Mystic. I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. Hello, what are we doing today? What's up, Sybil? What is going on? We are just, since tonight is Hermeticism night, we are reacting to some Hermetic videos on TikTok. So we're going through some videos and just reacting. Dem Masons creating the Golden Dawn, informing Wicca, and leading to neo-paganism. Yay, yay! It's not slow for me. Oh, JK, it is. Yeah, I think it's because I'm dual streaming. I'm also streaming on Twitch. So if you guys have a Twitch, be sure to follow me over on Twitch, also under the Mystical Rebel. All right, what about... I'm going to watch this one with Cat Williams first, and then I'll watch the one next to it that says Hermetic Teachings Final Part. Let's see what Cat Williams... I don't really remember what he has to say.
Like, there are no coincidences.
Well, they know that Mars used to have an atmosphere. Mars used to have an atmosphere, used to have water. Something happened to its environment.
If that's correct, then there's a guy right now saying he's getting ready to put people up there.
Yep. Exactly. We've restarted all over again.
50 years ago, there was no water in our whole universe. Let them tell it. Now there's been water almost everywhere. There's water on the moon, for crying out.
Are you familiar with the Younger Dryas impact?
All right, where does it get to the... Like, what is this?
You know what I mean?
I don't care about none of this. Where's the Hermetic stuff?
The Younger Dryas impact theory is a theory that Earth goes through a cycle
Sucks there's no, like,
of comet storms
timestamps.
every November, and most of the time nothing happened. 2 years later, they think that is a rebuilding of civilization that was already like just whispers and stories and tales, and then they rebuilt it again thousands of years later. But if you go back to like 11,800 BC, 11,800 years ago, you're dealing with what we thought were hunter-gatherers, and now we know they weren't. Now we know they built complex stone structures, and the real speculation is they think that the people who built the pyramids
Here we go.
way
I think.
earlier than the conventional dating is. They think there's real evidence that shows
No.
they're 9,000, 11,000 years old. Easy.
No people built the pyramid.
No people?
No.
Who built them?
Around the world, you see certain telltale things that let you know that advanced machinery was in usage. Look, there.
For
This
sure.
whole thing
But
where slaves are stronger people.
that doesn't mean that
is a
people
fallacy.
didn't use it. We use machinery today. Like, like I don't understand why. So ancient peoples were stupid and couldn't use machinery. Like, what? So you want to posit that aliens built it, right? I find it funny that aliens built the things coming out of Africa, but they didn't build any other megalith. They didn't build any other wonder of the world. All the other wonders were either natural or man-made, right? It's only the Africans. They're the only ones who can't do anything on their own. They need help. Everybody else is a Stonehenge. People were able to do that, right? People were able to do that. Great Wall of China. People were able to do that, right? Stop. The Aztec and the Mayan temples that are like built in the mountains and go like super deep underground. People were able to build that, right?
We like to believe that slaves are stronger. Slaves are weaker because they don't eat the right food and they live a terrible life. Your slave population is not smarter and better condition unless you're enslaving the Jews.
They stopped thinking that quite a while ago. They think it was actually skilled labor because the way
Yeah,
they were eating,
it was people.
they found what their camps
Even if
were, what
even
their
if
food
they
was,
had
they
machinery
were
that they
very
learned
skilled.
from,
They think they were actually skilled
some
labor, but also
aliens that gave it to them, people
but
still
that's
built it.
probably not the people
The aliens
that
didn't use
that's
their
probably
lasers
people
and
that worked
and pick it up and all that.
worked in the
People
village
would have done it.
in the city.
How many companies have done renovations on the White House? None of them have done enough renovation that they can claim it's their White House. So, yes,
What?
thousands of years worth of people were there. But that doesn't have anything to do with the building of it.
Who do you think built it?
He just
Well,
told you
understand,
that
we-
it was
we
skilled
know enough
labor,
now
not
to
just
understand
thousands of
that
random
this was
people.
a complex. This was not.
Right.
We've been led to believe that this is how much they worshipped their dead bodies,
Right.
but the evidence doesn't show any of that.
No, it doesn't.
Like when you see inside when they have those intricate carvings and paintings and stuff in gold and stuff, you have to remember this is in a windowless room, folks. There's no candle soot. There's no this. It's clearly a power plant and built specifically for that location.
Because there's no windows and there's no candles, it's a power plant. No, maybe there's no windows and there's no candles because the dead don't need light. Because they're dead. Right? And also, I'm going to need you to look into actual Egyptian philosophical texts, actual Egyptian religious texts, where they talk about how much they care for the dead, where they talk about how much they not worship, but venerate the dead. So what do you mean the evidence doesn't show that? What evidence? The only thing you've said is there's no windows and candles. What are you talking about?
This planet for
What do you think it was powered by?
the hot water springs underneath it.
So it was powered by the hot water springs? And to what end? How do you know all this, first of all? Is this marijuana talk?
I don't think so. This is
Where did you read this?
if you follow information about humankind,
Here we go.
you find out that
No real answer.
history, people.
At least Joe Rogan was smart enough to ask, "How do you know this? Where are you getting this?" And Cat Williams just looks at him like he's just supposed to know, or like, you know where I got to. Come on, man. And Joe's like, no, like, where'd you get this information? And now he's BSing his way out of it. Because you didn't read you watched some YouTube videos, you listened to some Hebrew Israelites do their talk on the boardwalk or something like that, or in some inner city, and you listen to that. And you think for some reason that they're telling the truth.
To this
not even comparable to anyone else.
No.
Nor since. Nor since.
Now or
Nor since.
right.
The
And-
Great Pyramid of Giza is insane.
right. like
It's insane.
like even Tesla says that this is where he came to get the information. But if you follow that information pathway,
Does
it
Tesla
leads
say that?
you to this character called Thoth, right? And the emerald tablets
There are no emerald tablets.
of Thoth are
There's a singular tablet.
mind changing and mind blowing, just because you understand when this was written and the terminology being used is
When was it written?
far too accurate for now. So
Yeah, Kat. When was it written? And I'm quite certain
sure that
you've not read the Emerald Tablet.
Emerald Tablet. Also known as the
Smaragdina.
Smaragdine Tablet, or the Tabula
Smaragdina.
Smaragdina. Oh, I fucked that up.
Yeah, you did.
It's a
Hermes
compact and
Trismegistus.
a cryptic Hermetic text. It was highly regarded by Islamic and European alchemists as the foundation of their art. Though attributed to the legendary Hellenistic figure Hermes Trismegistus. How do you say it, bro? How'd you say it?
Trismegistus.
Trismegistus. The text, the Emerald Tablet, first appears in a number of early medieval Arabic sources, the oldest of which dates to the late 8th or early 9th century. It was translated into Latin several times in the 12th and 13th centuries. Numerous interpretations and commentaries followed. So what does it say, though?
Good on Joe Rogan for asking that.
Okay, it says beginning in the 2nd century BC onwards, Greek texts attributed to Hermes.
You should probably get off
the correct
Wikipedia, though,
combination of
and
Greek
go
god
read it.
Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth appeared in Greco-Roman Egypt. Those texts known as the Hermetica are a heterogeneous collection of works that in the modern day era are commonly subdivided into two groups: the technical Hermetica, comprising of astrological, medico,
And the philosophical. We talked about that yesterday.
and magical writings, and the religio-philosophical Hermetica, comprising of mystical philosophical writings. Holy shit!
Is this weed talk, Joseph?
No, this is so legit.
Well, no. Let's be.
So
We got to be
this
clear
is
here.
probably an alien.
You said that the Emerald Tablet talks about those things. This is the Hermetica, which is the Divine Pymander, the Virgin of the World, Asclepius, on definitions, a couple fragments that talk about those things. He moved on to the Hermetica. The Emerald Tablet does not talk about that. The Emerald Tablet is simply an alchemical tractate. It's literally one tablet. Doesn't talk about any of that stuff. So,
Dude, first of all, there are no probablys.
Yeah.
That's the benefit once you hear it or read it.
I'm
It's
certain
the
you've not
fact
read it.
That it's given in first person, and that's not possible. The things that are being said are impossible. Enough time has passed, though, that it's not like that. But
I'm gonna read that.
he literally says, "Hey, there's a spaceship on Earth,
And-
this is where."
no, okay, that's how I know he hasn't read it. First of all, it's not in first person. It's told like almost all ancient texts back then from the Greek perspective. It's told as a dialogue. It's two people having a conversation. Whether it's Tot talking to Asclepius, whether it's Thoth talking to Tot, or whether it's two deities talking to each other, such as Isis and Horus, or something along those lines. God talking to Ptah to create, bodies for us to inhabit. It's not told in the first person. It's a dialogue. Just like most other Greek intellectual text. And it does not mention anything about spaceships landing anywhere. So he's not read the Emerald Tablet. He's read the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. The Dr. Doriel, the Billy Carson. He read that nonsense. You see? And there are people, millions of people, in the comments on this video on YouTube, in the comments on here, and the other various clips on here, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Rumble, wherever else you can share videos. And they agree with this guy. They think that he knows what he's talking about. He does not know what he's talking about. The fact that he can't answer any question straight when it comes to this stuff should tell you. He couldn't tell you how old it was. He doesn't know what's actually in the text. He was talking about the how it says aliens are landing here. It doesn't. You're not reading the Emerald Tablet. You're reading the Emerald Tablets of Thoth and that nonsense.
There it is. Because if all you care about is information, right? Like,
is it correct information, or do you just care about just information in general? So whether it's wrong or right, you just want information.
To see is when you get to everybody's civilization, Asian, Indian, African, when you get to the crux of their information, nobody's disagreeing with anybody.
Right.
No, thank you, Cat Williams. Hey, thank you, Ayab. I can't see your full name. Ayab Rut. I can't see the full thing, but thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. Yeah. No idea what you're talking about, Cat Williams. You've got no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. All right. Let's see what this guy's talking about.
The three minds into one, we must first learn to understand and control them individually. This can be done through a variety of practices, such as meditation, mindfulness, and dream analysis. Once we have a good understanding of our three minds, we can begin to blend them together into a single, unified consciousness. This process of unification is known as the great work in Rosicrucian terminology.
So this isn't Hermetic.
It is a lifelong journey, but it is one that is well worth taking. When we are able to function at will in any of the three brains,
where's the Hermeticism?
Truly conscious beings, we are also able to access the vast wisdom and power of the superconscious mind. The Rosicrucians believe that the key to the great work is the right use of the will and the method of controlling the glands, brain, and mind. The will is the driving force behind all change.
All right. That's not Hermetic. You just like William Walker Atkinson did with the Kabbalion, you applied Hermeticism in the title as a way to get, well, for him it was sales. In this case, it's views. Because you probably knew that not many people know what Rosicrucianism is, so they probably wouldn't have clicked on it. But due to the Kabbalion, a lot of people know the word Hermetic. They don't know what it is, but they know the word. They're familiar with the word Hermetic. I'm showing up on here quite often. The origins of Hermeticism. I think I debunked this guy. I think I have a video where I debunked this guy.
The origins of Hermeticism. Hermeticism was born in Alexandria around 300 BC, but some believe its origins goes back way farther than that, particularly because of people like Pythagoras, Plato, and Aristotle, who was the teacher of Alexander the Great, who will go on to found Alexandria in the first place. The central figure of Hermeticism is Hermes Trismegistus, emerging of the Egyptian god Thoth, the god of wisdom and knowledge, and the Greek god Hermes, the messenger of the gods.
No.
Hermeticism at its core is a mix of Hellenistic philosophy, early Judaism, early Christian teachings, natural science, Egyptian magic, and occult teachings.
No, it's just Greek intellectualism with Egyptian religion.
This idea was already popular by the time of the Ptolemaic Empire and Cleopatra. Its early followers drew heavily from the Emerald Tablets, which was said to be written by Thoth, which they believed held all the keys for magic, natural science, and the immortality of the soul. In their basic belief, there was only one true God and one true theology,
Christian.
which was found
What is this?
in all
This is not Hermetic.
and was given to man by God.
And they taught heavily
That showed,
about
I
the fall
believe that was the
man
Queen of
and
Heaven.
the battle between good and evil. But it was the Corpus Hermetica, written between 100 AD and 300 AD, that brought Hermeticism to the modern world. The
No. Wouldn't AD... No, yeah, because BC and BCE are the same thing. So one is just the secular, one is the Christian form. So no, you got it backwards. So I think I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here. I think you meant to say I would give it an extra 100 years, but I'm okay with 1 to 3. That's fine. I say 1 to 4, but that's okay. I think you got it backwards. I think you meant to say 1st to 3rd century BCE, not AD. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there. I don't know why people are getting some things correct and some things wrong. If you're not totally, like, if you don't know what you're talking about, you shouldn't be making videos. I'm not trying to be mean, but like, how are you getting this wrong? Like, what sources are mixing some truth and some falsities together? So that way I can debunk those sources, because I don't know where these people are getting this. Like him and that wealthy witch, like they say some things that are valid and then they just jump off the deep end. And this person here says Hermes and Hermeticism go back as far as Atlantis, some believe. No, it doesn't, because Atlantis never existed, number one. And number two, we can trace where it came from and how old it is. Nonsense. Let's see what you guys are talking about. This man didn't look into any historical text. Bruh, where is his sourcing? Yeah. And you're probably not talking about him. You're probably talking about the previous person. But yeah. I don't know. It just keeps getting worse and worse. Not the star seeds. There's star seeds here somewhere. Where? Did I pass the star seeds? I don't see any star seed stuff. Where did he say what? E. That's not what the Rosicrucians teach either. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know much about the Rosicrucians, but yeah, I was under the assumption that he's wrong also about that. That's pretty assumptive. What do you mean, formless form? Teach. All right, is Tarot with Joe? Is Tarot with Joe going to give us something good? Come on, Tarot.
In this one verse is...
Yes, he had the Divine Pymander. He was holding the Divine Pymander. Maybe we got someone who can give us some actual Hermetic information. Please do not let me down, Tarot with Joe.
This is the realization that has helped me experience so much joy. It's the realization that the made and the maker are absolute one. And I used to conceptualize consciousness as this, and it is this boundless, invisible, unspeakable non-thing. But when the next level after that, the next level after seeing consciousness as the canvas of which all of experience, the paint, is painted on, the next level is realizing that not only is consciousness the canvas, but consciousness is...
All right, you're starting to slip. Come on.
...capacity and the event of painting as well. Consciousness is absolute, is the isness, it's the going forth. It's the infinite outpouring in every possible direction, the ultimate creative act, which is eternally now, which is the only moment, and you are that. Absolutely undifferentiated, non-separate, completely saturated in this one creative act that alone happens. In this one verse is the most profound thing. This is the realization.
So, you got it from the Divine Pymander. I like that. But let's read it. For neither is it possible that the maker should be without the thing made. For either of them is the self-same thing. Therefore, cannot the one of them be separated from the other. no more than the thing can be separated from itself. Now, we need context here, right? The Divine Pymander is well, there's a lot of things, but a good portion of it is conversations between God and a few characters on the nature of reality, right? Not necessarily the creation story. We don't get that till you get to the Stobaean fragments, but a bit of cosmological lore can be found within the Divine Pymander. So we would need full context to give a full exegesis. But this is essentially as above, so below. This is essentially saying that God is within you and you are within God. It's not really talking about consciousness and all that. That's why I was like, you're kind of falling off. But at least you have the Divine Pymander, so that's good. But this is really just talking about as above, so below. But you're on the right path, Tarot Joe. And this is relatively recent. This is from April 18th. Okay. Go, Joe. Keep going. Keep going. Being an intuitive and picking up the Kabbalion for the first time. And you're intuitive and you didn't intuit that it's a bunch of New Age nonsense that has nothing to do with actual Hermeticism. I don't know how much of an intuitive you are. They got Franz Barden on here. It's not Hermeticism. What? The Emerald Tablet of Thoth explained. Look, this is probably the most watched video thus far that we've come across. 463,000. And it's
Thoth,
because nonsense.
An immortal being of immense knowledge, possibly one of the Anunnaki, is said to have
actually, I think I debunked this exact video.
His teachings, encapsulated in the legendary Emerald Tablets, written some 30
There are no Emerald Tablets.
Speak of the mysteries of the universe, the power of knowledge, and the interplay of light and darkness. Thoth's understanding of cosmic laws, universal balance, and the ceaseless cycle of
and I love how another reason why I know that these people don't here, let me pause this. So another reason, wait, why won't this pause? Come on, there we go. Another reason how I know that these people aren't doing any actual research in any Egyptian religion, philosophy, any Greek religion, philosophy, blah, blah, blah. Because every single image of Thoth is always the same image, right? The ibis-headed image. That's actually a late, and by later, I mean much later. That's a much later rendition of Thoth. Thoth's original form, or depiction, I should say, was a baboon. Not the ibis bird. It was the baboon. And there are prayers to Thoth, literal prayers to Thoth, where people say that they want to be like Thoth, so that way they can be more like the baboon, which was resilient and could overcome any sort of obstacle and all that good stuff. The ibis came much, much later. So it's interesting that no one of these New Agers has Thoth as a baboon, or has Thoth as a psychopomp. There are actual funeral stelas with epithets, invocations to Thoth to guide them. I believe the Greek magical papyri has an invocation to Thoth to be a guide of the souls through the dead. Same with Hermes, right? So, yeah, it's always the same depictions of Thoth, and It shows that these people don't do any actual research. They don't know anything for real. So, sorry, thought he was going on the aliens' New Age spiritual route. Oh, okay, no problem. Star seeds, Atlantis, all that jazz. Where did these people come from? Seriously, I have no idea. No, that's bad discernment. Meh, Franz Barden. Yeah, not Hermetics. I mean, I know he, initiation into Hermetics, but it's not Hermeticism. It's hard to sift through the Barnes and Noble shelf. This is how religions and systems of belief change over time. I wouldn't say it's like this. Religions change over time because usually they're living traditions. They change with the culture and the people who actually practice it. None of these people actually practice Hermeticism. They're just parroting things that they've seen from Billy Carson for the most part. They're parroting things that they've seen from what's that guy? David Icke, even though he's a Gnostic. He has Gnostic views. But they parrot the things that they've seen. These people don't actually practice. It would be one thing if they practiced it and they're bringing it into the future through these changes, but they don't practice it. They're just saying these things, right? So it's change, but not the right change. I mean, I wouldn't even say it's change. I would say it's lies. It's nonsense. It's made up. So let's see. Anything new? The story of Hermes Trismegistus. Let's see if they get this right.
Let's explore the significance and use of the pentagram of magic and spirituality.
What?
Significance in magical and spiritual practices can be...
I clicked on the story of Hermes Trismegistus. This one.
Let's explore the significance and use of the...
Hermes Trismegistus, a mystical figure shrouded in antiquity's enigma, stands as a paramount icon of alchemical lore. Revered as the thrice great Hermes, this elusive entity embodies the fusion of Egyptian god Thoth and the Greek god Hermes, symbolizing wisdom, knowledge, and the union of earthly and celestial realms. In alchemical terms, Hermes Trismegistus represents the quintessence of transmutation, merging the physical and spiritual planes to unlock the Philosopher's Stone's secrets, a legendary substance capable of transforming base metals into gold and conferring immortality upon the alchemist. Rooted in Hermetic principles, his teachings encompass the harmony of macrocosm and microcosm, influencing alchemical practice and inspiring seekers to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Hermes Trismegistus
90% good. The only part that I have a problem with is the very beginning.
A mystical figure shrouded in
this part right here.
Stands as a paramount icon of alchemical lore, revered as the thrice great.
Hold on, it's coming.
This elusive entity
right here.
The fusion of Egyptian god Thoth and the Greek god Hermes,
no,
symbolizing wisdom, knowledge, and
that is not Hermes Trismegistus. I don't know. I don't know where people get this information from. Hermes Trismegistus is not the fusion of Thoth and Hermes. Okay. Thoth is the fusion of Jehuti and Hermes. I don't get why people... Wait, what's going on? No. We don't need you in your bath hat. So, yeah. But the rest of it, I don't have a problem with. The rest of it's pretty cool. But I don't understand why people think that the identity of Hermes Trismegistus is Thoth. I mean, is Thoth and Hermes. I would recommend The Secret History of Hermes Trismegistus. You guys know I talked about this book before. You want to learn more about Hermes Trismegistus from actual people who really study this stuff. They don't just go watch a Billy Carson video. They don't just go watch a David Icke video. Right? They don't watch Cat Williams on Joe Rogan. The Secret History of Hermes Trismegistus by Florian Ebeling and the foreword by Jan Assmann. These are two scholars. This is what you want. This is what you want. And on how Hermes fits into the picture, you can read something like the Hermetic link. The whole first, like, hold on, let me see. The whole first... Yeah, so basically chapters 1 through 7 are pretty much all about Hermes, like the Greek god Hermes, and how he fits into this. Like, it takes 7 chapters for them to fully encapsulate how Hermes fits into this scheme of Hermeticism. So the Hermetic link, if you want to know how Hermes fits into it, the first 7 chapters are all about that, and then it gets into the Egyptian stuff, and then how it becomes a actual fusion, and then it actually gets to my surprise, because usually the scholarly books don't touch on the actual belief system, like the religion, the cosmology of it all, and all that good stuff, but it does. It actually touches on those things, which I found to be quite interesting. But yeah. That's what I would do. Not listen to whatever this is. Whatever this is. All right. Is this guy standing outside of people's mansions? Or is that his mansion? No. Why does it do that? Maybe it was the one above it.
Hey guys, this is one of the most interesting books.
Is this him? Is this that guy?
Occult library, and occult just means hidden. It says A Practical Guide to Kabbalistic Symbolism by Gareth Knight. And what's interesting is we have...
I like Gareth Knight, but I don't know about this book. And I'm not familiar enough with Kabbalah. Okay, no. So for some reason... we can't watch this one. Oh, it was the next one right after this one. Okay, so I got to go up 2 videos. I don't know why. For some reason. Here we go.
There are 7 laws that rule the entire universe. And that is called the Hermetic laws. They're based on the Kabbalion. The first law is called the law of mentalism.
All right. Is that why you're standing in front of someone else's mansion? To make it look like you got all this wealth? And all, it's probably not even a house. This is probably like an office or a library or something like that. All right, thank you, sir. We don't need to hear any more of that. The Hermetica reveals secrets of ancient history. Let's see. God, I don't know why it's doing this. Wait. Okay, so it's above that one. I don't know why it keeps choosing the wrong video, even though it's clear that I click on that one. It goes to that one.
Could this ancient wisdom hold the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe? The Hermetica, a collection of mystical and philosophical texts written between the 1st and 3rd centuries CE, is said to contain
BCE.
insights into the nature of reality, spirituality, and human potential.
BCE.
To Hermes Trismegistus,
not
a
CE.
legendary figure who is believed to be a fusion of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian.
We are in the Common Era. You're saying it was written in the 1st to 3rd century. No.
Seekers of truth throughout history. These enigmatic writings delve into topics such as alchemy, astrology, and divine magic, offering a tantalizing glimpse into a hidden world of esoteric knowledge. For those who dare to explore the depths
Excuse me.
of the Hermetica,
Excuse me.
a transformative journey of self-discovery and enlightenment awaits. In today's fast-paced, technology-driven world, the ancient wisdom contained within the Hermetic texts serves as a powerful reminder that there is more to existence.
Yeah, all right. You didn't give us anything that was actually in the Hermetica, so thank you. The prophecy of Hermes? What is this? Come on. Come on. What is this? Oh my God, dude.
The invisible college. Hermes foresaw because he knew the cycle. In the Lament of Hermes, he says, I see times to come, no one will pursue philosophy with single-mindedness and purity of heart. Those with a grudging and ungenerous temperament will try to prevent men discovering the priceless gift of immortality. Philosophy will become confused, making it hard to comprehend. It will be corrupted by spurious speculation.
He said this is in the Lament of Hermes.
And the whole cosmos.
That's a Gnostic text.
In this its sanctuary, but the gods will desert the earth and return to heaven, abandoning this land that was once the home of spirituality. Egypt will be forsaken and desolate, bereft of the presence of the gods. It will be overrun by foreigners who will neglect our sacred ways. This holy land of temples and shrines will be filled with corpses and funerals. The sacred Nile will be swollen with blood, and her waters will rise, utterly foul with gore. But I foresee that in times to come, clever intellectuals will mislead the minds of men, turning them away from pure philosophy. It will be taught that our sacred devotion was ineffectual, and the heartfelt piety and assiduous service with which we Egyptians honour Atum was a waste without reward. Egypt will be widowed. Every sacred voice will be silenced. Darkness will be preferred to light. No eyes will rise to heaven. The pure will be thought insane, and the impure will be honoured as wise. Madmen will be believed brave. Knowledge of the immortal soul will be laughed at and denied. No reverent words worthy of heaven will be heard or believed.
Yeah, this is Gnostic. There are no prophecies within Hermeticism.
Nothing will be left to tell of your wisdom but old graven stones. Hesiod said it. Homer said it. The Bible.
Yeah, I was going to say this isn't. I was literally going to say this isn't a prophecy, because a lot of other religions say the exact same thing. It's funny that literally I was just going to say that. But I don't. What's all this? I hate when people do this. What is this? And you just show it as if we were there drawing it with you, so we all know what you're saying and we all know what you're going. Like, no one knows what this is. What are you saying? What is this? But yeah, that's a Gnostic text, not a Hermetic text. All right. I think we're done with the reactions. I can't do it anymore. They all say the same thing. It's like they are robots. They are on a script. It's insane. But they do it because they don't know anything else to say. They don't know what to say. So slow night. Yeah, I mean, it's usually like this on TikTok for desktop, or a TikTok live studio. I feel like and it seems like a lot of other people feel the same way too when I look into it. They don't push live studio like they push mobile. So, and I understand TikTok is mainly a mobile company, so I do get that, but they need to amply promote all their services and not just the ones that are mobile. Why is the Kabbalion spelled differently in, what is it, Spanish? Oh, no, that's Portuguese. Why do they spell it like that? That's interesting. Gnostics are Goths. What do you mean? Like Goths as in the Gothenburgs? Like the people, the Goths? Or do you mean like the subculture, the Goths? What do you mean? But yeah, I can't do it anymore. There's no way she's doing anything Hermetic with this. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're right. But yeah, this is a little wild. but interesting nonetheless. Oh, it's Jordan Maxwell. It's Jordan Maxwell. Bro, why does that happen?
Hey, guys.
Is this it? All right, I don't know. I wanted to watch the Jordan Maxwell one, but for some reason it won't let me. Oh, it was the one right after that guy. What is up, bro? Jordan Maxwell. Click on it. Goes to this chick.
There are individuals like yourself and others like me, and
There are individuals like yourself.
but there is no possible chance that the human race is going to wake up and figure anything out, because this kind of knowledge I'm talking about does not have anything to do with football or sports or
Oh, the video's not Hermetic. It's just posted by a channel called Hermetic Ways. Okay, so never mind. Don't care. Jokingly, not the goths in history. Their beliefs are depressing, culturally gothic, trip pants, and so forth. Okay, sorry. Yeah, because I was like, wait, what? How are they the goths? I was like, what do you like? I thought you meant the goths in history. But yeah, ooh, what is this? The Hermetic Mystery. Is this good? Oh God, Jesus Christ.
Hey everyone, so I recently finished my Spiritual Laws 101 series.
Shut up.
It's just not right. Nah, I need to try something. Oh.
This is insane. Oh. Like, Stop. Okay, can I get to this book, please? The Hermetic Mystery. What is this? What was that? What kind of... Okay. That was unnecessary. What kind of book review or showing off was that? I don't think it's this. I don't think it's the suggestive inquiry into the Hermetic Mystery. I don't think that's it. Is it? It just said the Hermetic Mystery. All right, now I'm wondering if that was even like a real book. Bro, I'm like trying to... see if I can pause it and read one of the titles like of like the chapter or something like that. But I can't pause it right. Dang. Go back. It says the Hermetic Mystery, but he won't show us the title page or anything. Something series. Damn. Or theories, or I don't know. I don't know what to type in. I already have that. I want the Hermetic Mystery. I don't think this is a real book, guys. Excuse me. I don't think this is a real book. Oops. All right. Let's see if we can find it in here. What? How you say this? Einweihungsbriefe? Einweihungsbriefe? The Golden Tractate of Hermeticism. I've never heard of that. Wait, the Hermetic Museum. Well, it would be right. Is that what it's supposed to be? The Hermetic Museum? No, I think I think I have this, and that's not. I think this is more like a It's not really a book per se. It's more of like a encyclopedia type of a thing. All right, we got one more. How is Howlings from the Pit Hermetic? The Key of the Mysteries. Le Crocodile. I don't think there is a Hermetic Mysteries. This is a good book, The 7 Hermetic Letters. Well, that sucks. It looked pretty interesting. Now I gotta look up historical Goths and see if it links up. Also telling that history student to shut up, 1010. They worship Tien Shinhan? Who does that? Who worships the Tien Shinhan? And who is the Tien Shinhan? Or Shinshan? I don't know who that is. Or what that is. Well, that sucks. That book looks interesting. But I don't know if it's real. Oh, wait. Persistence. I found it. The Hermetic Mystery. Now, what is this? What is it about? Because it's from the Hellfire Club. So, available as part of a 7-volume set. What? Deemed useful and necessary to fulfilling a broad and deep study of the magical arts and the unity of all things. Okay, so then maybe it's not Hermeticism, but let's see. A major work on spiritual alchemy. Oh, okay. So it's spiritual alchemy. All right, I'm probably not that interested in it then. Published in 1850 and complete in 4 parts. Part 1, an exoteric view of the progress and theory of alchemy. Chapter 1, a preliminary account of the Hermetic philosophy with the more salient points of its public history. Chapter 2, of the theory of transmutation in general and of the first matter. Chapter 3, the Golden Treatise of Hermes Trismegistus concerning the physical secret of the Philosopher's Stone in 7 sections. Part 2 is a more esoteric consideration of the Hermetic art and its mysteries. Of the true subject of the Hermetic art and its concealed root. Of the mysteries continued. Part 3 is concerning the laws and vital conditions of the Hermetic experiment, of the experimental method and fermentations of the philosophic subject, according to the Paracelsian alchemists and some others. A further analysis on the initial principle and its education into light, of the manifestations of the philosophic matter, of the mental requisites and impediments incidental to individuals, either as masters or students in the Hermetic art, and finally, part 4, the Hermetic practice of the vital purification, commonly called the gross work, of the philosophic or subtle work, the 6 keys of Eudoxus. Didn't we just see that right here the 6 keys of Eudoxus. And then the conclusion. Oh, here's the 7 volumes right here. Interesting. But I have no interest in alchemy in any real sense, so I won't be purchasing this then. Never mind. But let me see this 7 volume set. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's only $120? Well, I mean, I guess if this, well, pounds, excuse me. 2,500 pages, Jesus Christ. Okay, so then these are just books that, okay, so never, yeah, it's the Magus, A Sacred Book of Agrimelin. I'm not familiar with this one, the Canon of All Arts, never heard of that. Never heard of the Serpent Power. And then the Hermetic Mystery, and then Aradia, that's nonsense. I mean, not nonsense, but not necessary at all to any modern practice of witchcraft. And the History of Magic, interesting. What is the Serpent Power? Written under the name Arthur Avalon. It was in fact Sir John George Woodruff, who was a British Orientalist whose work helped to unleash in the West a deep and wide interest in Hindu philosophy and yogic practices. Interesting. So I think by serpent they mean the Kundalini then. Yeah, the Kundalini yoga practice. Yeah, okay. And then what is the canon of all arts? The canon is the numerical interpretation of the cosmic law, since man is a microcosm of the universe, and it is also the law of human nature. The history of all civilizations is their history. Okay. All right. I don't need you to give me my moral cosmological foothold. Thank you. Tien Shinhan is a character from Dragon Ball Z who uses the triangle hand form, also known as Tien, the strongest human. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't really a big Dragon Ball Z fan. Let me see what other stuff they got here. The Grimoire of Honorius, Edward Kelly, Man, something. Magical and philosophical commentaries on the Book of the Law. Yeah, I figured it was going to be more like this. That's cap. Tien is a whole alien in DBZ. Oh, I don't know. Do you guys want to see the 3 books I just purchased 3 days ago? 2 days ago? Aeon Sophia Press. I already have 3 Aeon Sophia books. Yeah, 3. So I'm getting 3 more. I think I went under standard editions. So which ones did I get here? Well, I got this one, The Order of the Skeleton Key. Actually, let me just go to my email. I think it's over here on this side. Just give me 1 second, guys, so I can see the other 2 titles that I purchased. All right, so I got this here, The Order of the Skeleton Key by Jeremy Christener. I got Cyprianus, The Key of Hell, and it's at a 45% discount because it is a misprint. The text on some pages is slightly like slanted, and so because it's not perfect, they decided to sell it at a 45% discount, so I bought it. And then I'm surprised it's not in here. Saturn Rising. Why isn't it? Did I just miss it? No. Or did I buy the last copy or something? I definitely didn't buy a deluxe edition. Did I? No. Yeah, I'm not. No. Yeah. No. So then I must have bought the last one then. I certainly didn't buy a Devotee Handmade. Yeah. No. Yeah. No way. No way, bro. Okay. I don't know where it is. I must have bought the last one here. It's not listed over here. Well, all right. Let me just do. Who's the author? J.T. Kirkbride. Oh, is it here? Yeah, I must have bought the last one because I can't drag it over because it has my address and all that on it, or else I would drag it over and show you guys, but I can't do that because it has my address and everything on it. But actually, here I could just do this. Let me get I could just do this. Let me get my snipping tool, and I'll just snip the purchase product. There we are. There. Now you can see. So I purchased Saturn Rising and Into the Void. It's one book by J.T. Kirkbride. Sapriana's Key of Hell. It's a misprint at a 45% discount. And The Order of the Skeleton Key, which we were just looking at. Okay, Saturn. Did I look for it on Miskatonic and did it come up? Yeah, I looked for it. It doesn't look like it came up. Yeah, no, it didn't come up. Okay. Oh, wait. This one will be better since it's both books. Where does this? It says back in stock. Oh, they're lying, but hopefully the page will be up. Okay, so this is what I bought. I purchased this. Not from Miskatonic. I got it right from the publisher, but it must have been the last one because now they're saying the website doesn't work. But yeah, I purchased Saturn Rising and Into the Void. It's one giant book. So it says, Saturn Rising is a talismanic grimoire promoting the veneration, worship, and pursuit of death in all its formless glory, whether manifesting as death as ending, death as change, or death as rebirth. While it may appear that creation and destruction are the two ends of a very broad spectrum, this work serves to guide the reader to understand that they are, and then blank. Does it finish it? Oh, no. That sucks. Lame. I wanted to, like, show you guys. But this is the text, though. It is a 2-volume set, Saturn Rising and Into the Void. And I would love to talk more about it, but it won't let me. No one seems to. Let me go back to that other site that I was going to go to. Was it this one? Maybe this will give us a full. No, thank you. Go away, go away. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Where do we end? Where do we end up at? Serves to guide the reader to the understanding that they are but two sides of a very thin coin, remaining forever inseparable. In order to create a work of art, we must first blah 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 blah. Okay, Saturn Rising is a fundamentally different text to most every esoteric publication to date. Blah blah. Every author says that. Its extensive use of dependable and reproducible modern science as a device for conceptual metaphor, in addition to its fervent championing. Okay, this is for people who want to use the text. I have no intention of using the text. I'm reading this to further my knowledge on necromancy and necrosophic beliefs and practices, and also the veneration of Saturn, because there are quite a few ancient cults that venerated Saturn. I have no interest in utilizing anything within this text. So I don't care about the reproducible science method and all that other stuff in this case because I'm not planning on using anything in here. But the first section of Saturn Rising, entitled Theory, concerns itself with exploring the three principal manifestations of the death energies. That is, death as an ending, death as change, and as rebirth. The fundamental nature of death itself is considered from the perspective of the author as a medical professional. The social phenomenon known as the 7-year itch and other social aberrations such as the disproportionate propensity for unaliving, among numerous other topics, are treated with great clarity, depth of thought, and with two key concepts held at the fore. Firstly, how the consideration of these theoretical subjects may benefit either the understanding or the application of death cultism by the reader, so as not to waste their time and energy on trivia or minutia. Secondly, how the cosmic archetype of Saturn and its associated correspondences ultimately tie in the concepts at hand, which is what I'm interested in, and what it is that Saturn may be able to teach us regarding death in each of its forms throughout each of the chapters of this section. So yeah. those are my purchases. And the Order of the Skeleton Key is also kind of the same. It's not about Saturn though, but necromancy and all that. I downloaded 1,000 PDFs in the early 2000s, but nothing beats a shelf of collected books. I agree. This will be 127 physical books that I would, once the 3 get here, it'll be 127 physical books that I own. So, and growing all the time. I'm always on the market for new texts. I wanted to buy that, what was it? The Hermetic Mystery, but then, found out that that's mostly spiritual alchemy, which I'm not really interested in. But yeah, let me, since we didn't even get to read, The Order of the Skeleton Key. And I like how they give you images for what the book is going to look like. Like when you receive it, you get like a little... I'm quite certain this is going to be some dark Gnosticism, is what I'm expecting. Some spooky Gnosticism. I'm not interested in any of that. What does it say? Being comprised of the books Cosmology and Lanterns of Wisdom from the Firmament in their entirety, with numerous complementing essays included, and now featuring a new section, Ritus, being a small selection of recommended religious dedication rituals according to the practice inspired by the theological foundation of the previous text. Cosmology, originally published in 2005, is a Gnostic... Yeah, so I was right. It's going to be dark Gnosticism. Is a Gnostic treatise on the origin and the nature of the cosmos, the aeons, the archons, with ponderances about the mechanisms of magic, life after death, and divination. Lanterns of Wisdom of the Firmament, originally pressed in 2009, is a devotional consisting of 27 scriptures, prayers, and meditations of Ophite Gnostic inspiration, complementing cosmology to the form of the complete theological foundation upon which the Order of the Skeleton Key and its publicly accessible ecclesiastical association, the Sophian Gnostic Church, is built. Supplemental to Cosmology are numerous essays, including The Silhouettes of Twilight, originally published in Eaxar's Clavicula Nox, their Lucifer issue. Ritus is a small, previously unpublished tract containing a self-initiation rite, a rite for fortification and protection, and meditations for mindfulness, mindlessness, and reunification with the pleroma. Order of the Skeleton Key was published in 2011 as a compendium of the previously published Jeremy Christner material and has sold out from its original publisher. The stunning new editions published now by Aeon Sophia will find themselves at home with Luciferians, Gnostics, and collectors of fine esoterica. Yeah, this is going to be dark Gnosticism. So, I'm interested to read. And it looks like it'll have some interesting imagery. The minute I saw this, I was like, yeah, it's going to be some dark Gnosticism. That looks like the papal tiara. Anyway, what time is it? Okay, we got about 20 minutes left here. What's the other book you got? The Key of Hell. Cyprian's Key of Hell. And also that one's not showing, so I must have bought the last two for Saturn Rising and Cyprian's Key to Hell. Oh wait, here we go, out of stock. Maybe it's under here. Okay, it says 0. Okay, never mind. It was Cyprian's, what's it called? Cyprianus Key of Hell. Well, this is the exact one that I bought, but when I click on it, I promise you it's not going to take us there. It's going to say it's not available. Oh, no. Okay. This is the exact one, because they did that with the other one. But yeah, this is what I bought. This text here, and this exact one, like not a paperback, and this is the deluxe version or whatever. The Key of Hell, or the Clavis Inferni. which this is super popular. A lot of people should know this image here. Yeah, it's mostly this. It's mostly this. And then that. It'll go really well with my Testament of Cyprian from Jake Stratton Kent. And also, I've been thinking about buying Humberto Maggie's Cyprian text, actually. Let me see if I can find that, actually. Let me go here. Because he was supposed to put that out through several publishers. Not that. Is this it? I don't know if this is it. No, I think this is his older one. Who published this? Nephilim. Okay. I don't know who was supposed to publish the other one. I feel like it was supposed to be Scarlet Imprint, but I don't know. This looked interesting, the Avalon working, but I don't want, I don't know. I don't know why I'm like against English grimoires and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not interested in that. Like the grimoire of Arthur Gauntlet, and now the only reason I bought the grimoire or the book of 4 occult philosophers was because I didn't realize, even though it's kind of explicit in the description, I didn't realize that was going to be English. But Cyprian interests you a lot. Interesting. Yeah, I do find the Cyprianic lore and his cults fascinating. I'm looking for it on your account and link and only see readings. Only see readings for what? Where can I find your shamanic journeying thing? I had to take it down. I put it in my Discord that TikTok, for some reason, after a year of it being up, unapproved, like the 8 videos that are in there, and only approved the trailer. So I appealed it, and they said that they can't do the appeal because right now no new series are allowed while they update the series. So I can't really do anything until they allow series again. So unfortunately I had to take it down. But if you're looking to purchase it, I do have another version, a desktop version, not a mobile version, that was filmed like this, rather than filmed in portrait mode for TikTok specifically. Just send me an email if you're interested, and I'll let you buy that for the same price, the $7.99. Send me an email if you're interested in the desktop version. Okay. Okay, I say that's not all their publishers. I don't think it's here. No, damn. I don't know who he would have published it through. Maybe the Nephilim Press one was the right one, but they said that they're out of stock, right? And I'm not spending $275, but yeah, they're out of stock. Oh, damn. No, I feel like there was another one. And I don't think that title doesn't sound familiar. The Book of Cyprian, the Great True Book of Magic. No, this is the same one, just not the updated or not the cool looking version. So yeah, I don't. Oh, God. I don't know. Doesn't matter. What does he look like? Humberto Maggi? All right, you're not going to let me zoom in on the picture. Whatever. Whatever, bro. Does he have a website? No. Oh, but he wrote on academia. Oh yes, he did write demonology. I have that right. Where is it? Right here. I forgot about that. He did write demonology. This is actually really good. This is really, really good. Yeah, let me see. Books by Humberto Maggi. Really? I don't... Really? Humberto Maggi contributed to Edgar Curvel's stuff? Interesting. All right. Maybe he didn't. Maybe there's not another one and I'm misremembering. I don't know. I feel like there was another one. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Oh, that's what he looks like. There we go. Umberto Maggi. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, Jenny Mac. Apologies, I didn't see it when you initially sent it. Apologia. Who is he? He's an occult scholar. He writes a lot on Saint Cyprian. He writes a lot on the Church Fathers and their various views on occultism and occult spirituality, such as what he did in demonology. And he writes directly on magic as well, as we just saw in his book bio here on all the books that he wrote. Or at least contributed to, right? Some of these he didn't write. Or no, actually, these are all his. These are all his writings. The other one we looked at, the one with the longer list, was his writings mixed with, here we go, this one right here, was his writings mixed with anthologies and stuff that he was just part of, like this and this and this. So Dreams of Witches for $595? Stop that. What is that? Just stop. I'm trying to click on you so I can open you. Like, what the... What is Dreams of Witches? Free, pagan, transgressive, worshippers of Pan, devotees of Diana, the men and women who meet under a full moon in the wild woods, danced, sang, or sing, made music, and made love. In the home, they make potions. In the home, they make potions and mutter spells. Excuse me, be it a curse or cure. The witch image infused with the European imagination down the centuries, appearing in court records. So there's, whenever someone asks me, you know, what is witchcraft? What do I always say it's decidedly European, and people don't like it when I say that. It's European. The witch image infused the European imagination down the centuries, appearing in court records, prose, and poetry. Is that European court records? Yeah, because it's European. Is that European prose and European poetry? Yeah, because it's European. The impulse the literature described finally became a practiced mystery in the 20th century in the form of Wicca as it coalesced in the New Forest. That's not true. Are you totally forgetting British witchcraft, like traditional British witchcraft? Like, what? But anyway, they date from the late medieval period through the Edwardian age, and all were instrumental, influential, inspiring early pagans, and hopefully so to readers today. Yeah, this isn't worth $595. This binding and all that. I mean, this is nice, but I mean, there's only one left in stock, so I guess. And how many were there supposed to be? 35. So, okay, well, I guess everyone thought it was worth it. Because if there's only one left in stock, like it says, only one left in stock, 34 have been sold. So I guess people thought it was worth it. There you go. Trutmezer, A Blade of the Two Ways. Oh, I remember that book. It's about that. I forget what it's an Asian culture, I believe, where they or like a Thai culture or something where they use a ritual dagger or a blade as a religious relic, and they do certain rituals with it and things like that. $500 is insane, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I had the money, maybe, but I don't know. I feel like the standard hardbacks are fine. I feel like even the deluxe sometimes, not like the specialty ones like these, but like the deluxe where like the standard might be $65, like this one right here. Like this looks like it would be expensive, but it's not. It's only $65 or originally $85, right? But then there would be another edition after that that would be like the deluxe edition, and that'd be like $200. And then there's a third edition after that, which is these $500 ones. And 9 times out of 10, the information is usually always the same. Sometimes the more expensive ones will have a, extra little ritual or two here and there. But for the most part, it's usually the same pieces of information. The only difference is the binding and the cover. And so, I mean, I'm usually okay with going for like these versions, which is what I have, these cool looking hardbacks. I don't know. I can't justify spending $650, right, for Son of Prometheus. Like, and it was originally $1,000. Like, bro, what? It's the special Oils Camels edition. What's it made of? Like come on, $1,000 for the life and work of Joseph Belladin by Dr. Sasa Chetal or Chetal. Special Oils Commerce edition, leather bound Auric edition in custom tray case. So it's leather bound. There's only one left in stock. Out of how many? How many? There'll be 13. You sold 13. Oh my God. See? I would never pay $1,000 for something like this. It would have to be the book to end all books within occultism or whatever in order for me to justify spending that. What is this even about? Son of Prometheus is the first scholarly study of the life and work of Josephine Peladin that succeeds in placing it in the context of the history of Western esotericism, while also providing a clear roadmap to the entirety of Peladin's initiatory teachings and philosophy of the esoteric power of art. Responding to multiple cultural shifts in fin de siècle, French society, Peladin offered... Oh, so I was pronouncing it correct because he's French, or she's French. I did not know they were French. I've never heard of this person. But anyway, Peladin authored over 100 novels and monographs. And okay, so I was right the other day when I was looking up like those art books, because someone asked me about occult art books, and I was like, is the word monograph? That doesn't sound right. It is monograph. Novels and monographs in an attempt to bring about the spiritual regeneration of society through mythopoetic art underpinned by esoteric thought. Well, don't let the conspiracy theorists get a hold of this, because they believe that the elites are using art as a way to infiltrate. And if they know that people are using occultism in their art, they'll have a field day. This is very lovely. This is fantastic looking. Looks kind of small. Does it tell us the size? Yeah. Here we go. 165 by 2. Okay. I mean, it's not that small, but it looks cool. What is that? Would you get like a personally signed letter? I better from the leader of the whatever society. What was it called? Oh, it didn't. Oh, it just says French Society. Okay, I thought it gave us a name. It just says French Society. All right. Well, never mind. But this looks really cool. But I'm not spending $1,000. I'm not spending $650. Max, I'll give you for something like this, $150. I don't even need the box and all this other nonsense. Just give me this. $150. I'm not giving you $650. That's a little wild. Salon de la Rose et Croix. Well, what? Salon de la Rose et Croix. The salon is like the living room, or is it just like the room? Wouldn't you use chambre? Colloquially, are there any colloquial speaking French people here? I know proper French, but I don't know colloquially. Any colloquially speaking French people here? Speaking of British tradcraft, have you ever utilized any of the works by Gemma Gary? I've read a few. I've not used anything from Gemma Gary, no, but I've read a couple of her texts. Yes, I like Gemma Gary. I like Gemma Gary as well. What have I? I have. Okay, now I'm getting Gemma Gary and Shani Oates mixed up. Hold on. There we go. The Devil's Dozen. And I thought I had a couple more by her. I guess not. But yes, I've read this, and what was that other one she wrote? I keep seeing Shani Oates stuff in my head, so I'm getting her and Shani Oates mixed up. But yeah, I've not used anything out of her text. Traditional witchcraft, no, that doesn't sound familiar. Let me see. Is this her? Is she like young? Was it the... No, not this. Was it the Devil's Rainments? Okay, I read this, The Devil's Dozen. I've not read that. I don't know what that is. What's this? The Charmer Salter. I know of that, but I've not read it. I know of the Black Toad, but I've not read this. I've read the Andrew Chumley one. I've not read that. I've not read Serpent Songs. I've read that, but not by Gemma Gary. Okay, this must be no more Gemma Gary stuff. Okay, all right, then I guess it was only the Devil's Dozen, and I am getting her confused with Shani Oates then. Because for some reason I'm seeing Shani Oates in my head and her books. But I've at least read the Devil's Dozen. But the rest of this does not look familiar. But I've read this. Who wrote the Devil's Rainments then? Oh, that was Martin Duffy? The Devil's Rainments? Martin Duffy. Okay. That was Martin Duffy. Okay. Martin Duffy. So I've only read her Devil's Dozen, and I was getting her confused with Gemma Garrett. I mean, with Shani Oates. Desert Meditations, Gnostic Cartography. $550 for this version of the elucidation. There was a cheaper version up here, right here, for $235, or you could just get the regular edition with the same information for like $60. The 83 Demons of Saturn. The Goddess Seals. Sacred Magical Symbols for Modern Practitioners by Nikki Wardwell Sleeth. $550 seems to be a popular number. The Hecateon. Everyone like lauded this book like 2 years ago. This was like the book in the occult space like 2 years ago. The Hecateon. The Discovery of Witches, blah. Ontological Graffiti by Michael Bertillot. Another $1,000 book, $975. They always do this with his books. Like bound versions of the Voodoo Gnostic Workbook are like hundreds of dollars. It's insane. Fulgur, I forgot about Fulgur. Are they even still around? I think it was Fulgur Limited. Yep, Fulgur Limited. They're still around. I don't have any Fulgur books, I don't think. I don't think I have any Fulgur anything. No, I don't think I have anything by Fulgur, at least physically. Where's your books? Okay. Oh, over here. Is his work out of print? I don't know. I don't. He's or was the leader of the Cult of the Black Snake or something like that. The Circle of the Black Snake or something like that, which is a Gnostic voodoo sect. And I'm not into Gnostic voodoo, so. All right, well, they do a lot of image stuff here, so I don't know. I forget who it was who was asking me last time about the art occult books, but here, check out Fulgur Limited. They got a lot of art occult stuff. This is like all art occult stuff. A photo romance. This is just a tarot deck. I'm not going to open this because of this word here, so I don't know what's in there. Monographs, image, another tarot deck, surrealism. Yeah, this is all art. I don't know what the Mylar Chamber is, but I don't want to open it because I'm afraid. The Black Mirror 2 Elsewhere, I don't know what that is. Theosophy, the Arts and American West, Occultism, Magic and the Visual Culture. Yeah, so if you want art and occultism, come to Fulgur. Come to Fulgur. Is his work out of print? Oh, I already read that. The Karanzan Club. No, I don't think that. I don't think that's what it's called. I think it was called the Temple of the Black. Hold on, I have his book right here, the Voodoo Gnostic Workbook, right here. Hold on, I gotta move these other two books in order to get it out. I know the French is Le Couvelier Noir, but I think it's called I think there's a formal title. Oh no, it was okay. So it's just called the Black Snake. Yeah. It's a Franco-Haitian esoteric and theurgical society known as Le Couvelier Noir. which is the black snake. So yeah. Okay. He was part of the Karanzan Club as well. Oh, okay. I didn't know he was part of that club. But I know the Black Snake, he ran. I don't know if he still runs it, but he ran it. Like it was his thing. But yeah. All right. I think I'm done browsing for some books. I think we're going to go ahead and call it for the evening. So thank you all for joining me this evening. Had a great time debunking neo-hermetic, if we can even call it that. What site is this? This is Fulgur. Here, I'll just put it in the chat. If you're interested in occult art, this is Fulgur Limited. If you're interested in occult art and stuff like that. If you're interested in occult books, I recommend this website instead, Miskatonic. The other one is mainly art, but if you're interested in occult texts, that one there. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate the questions, the time, and the interaction. Thank you, Issa, for your moderation services. It's a pleasure as always. And I will catch you guys in the next one. As always, seek the mysteries. Peace.